So guys, let's start a stationery review. I bought a lot of stationery to show for you guys. We are going to review them and see how they write and how good they are. So let's get started from pens. I'm going to show you different pens and under budget. So guys, these are all the pens which I'm going to review for you. Let's get started with our first pen, which is Link Pentonic. This pen costs 10 rupees and see how it writes. So guys, let's start with Pentonic. This pen is made by Link and it costs 10 rupees. So let's see how it writes. Actually it writes pretty well and pretty smooth as well. So I surely recommend this for students. So let's try our next pen. Our next pen is Sino Softec. This pen costs 4 rupees and made by Sino company. So let's see how it actually writes. Actually the pen is pretty decent for 4 rupees. It writes pretty well and the smoothness is very good, whereas the color is a little dark and the writing is thin, so it's pretty reasonable for 4 rupees. And this pen is also actually writing pretty smooth. So let's go to next. Our next pen is Hauser XO. It also costs 10 rupees, made by Hauser, and let's see how it actually writes. Oh, it writes pretty smooth and pretty well. It's actually pretty quick and it's moving very freely. So I would actually recommend this. It's a lot better pen. It's a surely a 10 out of 10 pen. So guys, this is Flare Woody. Its design is pretty well. It's made by Flare and it costs 10 rupees. So let's see how it actually writes. It's pretty smooth. I like Flare's colors which they use for the blue pens. Those are very good and the design is very well for 10 rupees pen. I would actually recommend this. Is Cello Butterflow. It actually has comparatively smaller tip, but I hope that it writes very smooth. So it also costs 10 rupees. Oh wow, it's actually very good. Very smooth. I would actually recommend this for smooth handwriting. And build quality is also nice. And this is also 10 on 10 pen. Next up is Pentonic Frost. Another pen made by Link and Pentonic. I hope it writes pretty well. Let's see how it writes. Oh, it's actually pretty smooth. I love the colors which Pentonic are using, which are very good, and it's actually a pretty good pen, pretty decent. Next up, we have Flare YOLO, another pen by Flare which costs again 10 rupees, and the design is always good. Flare, you're having pretty good designs. So let's see how it actually writes. Oh, the color which it gives is very dark and perfect. I'd say it's perfect. And it writes pretty fast, pretty good. It's actually a pretty good pen. Flare are making good pens which are actually very good in design as well. So our next pen is again another Flare pen, which is Flare Carbonix. So guys, now this is the Flare Carbonix Blue. It says Flare Carbonix Blue, and its design is actually pretty good with different like cubicle boxes. I hope you can see them. They may not be clear, but so guys, this is the Flare Carbonix Blue. This is actually a pretty good pen with a pretty good cubicle design, and let's see how it writes. Oh, actually it's pretty smooth. The color is also actually pretty good, and I'd say Flare, you're doing very good pens. It's also a 10 on 10 pen. I would surely recommend this for your exams. Next up, we have Montex Mega Top. Here we are, the Montex Mega Top. Hope. Hello. So guys, this is the Flare Carbonix pen. As you can see, let's see how it actually writes. So guys, this is the Flare Carbonix Blue, and it's actually very good in design, and the build quality also feels good with quite a good plastic. So now let's see how it actually writes. Actually, it's pretty smooth for writing, and I would surely recommend this for your exams. Flair, you're doing very good pens. This is also a 10 on 10 pen. Next up, we move on to Montex Megatop. This is actually a good looking pen, a classy pen, and which is so strong, like it has nice build quality. Now see, let's see how it actually writes. It also costs 10 rupees. Let's see. Wow, it doesn't even feel like writing. It's like so smooth. I'd surely recommend this for very smooth. It's like if you want to write anything smooth and quick, I surely recommend this for you. Next up, we have Speed New Radium. It's actually a 4 rupees pen, but it looks pretty good. Let's see how it actually writes. Actually, it's actually pretty decent pen for 4 rupees. It writes pretty well, but the color is literally dark, which is what I like in Speed New Radium. Its color is good. For 4 rupees pen, it's quite decent. Next up, we have Flare Edge, another good pen from Flare. Okay, the design of this is okay. This pen comes for 7 rupees. The design is okay. Then now see how it writes. I've already told you, and I'm still telling you, Flare, your pens write well. This pen has good ink color, as you can see properly. See, it's actually better in color, but not as smooth as the other ones, but still it's a good option. Next up, we have Pentonic VRT. It's actually a clicking pen, so you can see it's another variety of Pentonic. So let's see how it actually writes. This pen costs 20 rupees actually. Oh, it actually writes very good, very smooth, very amazing. The it writes a little thick, which is a good part, and the ink is so quite clear and dark, and the pen is so smooth. This is amazing pen, a 10 on 10 pen, which is also very amazing by Pentonic. Good move, Pentonic. Next up, we have another Pentonic pen, which is called Pentonic Champions. This pen has been released on the aim of FIFA World Cup, and this red and white stripes represent the team of England. There are also other varieties like Argentina and Brazil in this pen. So, but let's see, this pen comes for 10 rupees, but let's see how it actually writes. Actually, it writes pretty good like the other Pentonics, and this is just like any other Pentonic, but it has a very good pretty design, but I feel the cap doesn't actually match the design, but it writes pretty well. Next guys, next up, this is Silo Max Writer. Let's see how it actually writes. Actually, it's pretty smooth, it's pretty decent, but the ink is also very good. I'd say it's not a very good pen, but actually it's a good pen. Amazing. Yeah, amazing. We also have a black version also, so but now we are going to discuss only about blue versions. So just let's see how it even writes. As I have already told you, Hauser is writing it. Let's test the black version. It's again very good, very smooth. The ink is very nice, and I would surely recommend Hauser XO pens to you guys. Next up, we have Classmate Octane, a pen by Classmate. The look is good. The build quality, I surely recommend this. So let's see how it actually writes. So guys, let's try Classmate Octane. Actually, it's writing pretty smooth. The ink is pretty good. You can see the ink. It looks very good. I would surely recommend Classmate Octane to you guys. And these are all the pens which we would unbox now. Next, coming out to pen. Guys, next up we are going to review all these different kinds of stationery items. Starting from pencils. First, next up we have Dom's X1 Extra Super Dark Pencil. So let's see how dark it is. It's actually pretty good. It gives very thin strokes, which is very good. And I would say this, I would also recommend this for drawing borders. This is also pretty good. DOMs are also making good pencils along with Black Beauty. Apsara Matte Magic is also very smooth in writing. So I would recommend all of these pencils which I have shown you now for you. And additional DOMs Neon and Artline Black Beauty are additional product with their own erasers. So just try them. Guys, let's review these two erasers now. First of all, Apsara non-dust eraser for neat and clean erasing. As I already told, I prefer the regular erasers. So let's have it erase. Wow, it's like very smooth and it does not give out dust much, and it's like very easy to erase using this duster. It's smoothly erasing. It's actually a very good one. And then we have DOMS dust free eraser as well. So let's see how DOMS is going to erase. Oh, it's too easy. It's even smoother. DOMS eraser is even smoother than the Apsara one. It erases everything very clean. So I would also recommend DOMS and Apsara. These two erasers are very good. Next upon, I am also going to tell you about some sharpeners. We have the Apsara long point sharpener, which I like pretty well for all kinds of pencils, mainly for Apsara. And then we have the DOMS pencil sharpener, which I prefer to use with DOMS pencils. And then the Artline long point sharpener, which has a very good design. It looks very beautiful. Yeah, these are the three sharpeners which I would like to show you. Now we are going to review Artline Exhibit Scales. Rulers are an essential part for drawing good lines, straight lines, borders. Now let's see how these perform. Actually, these are pretty smooth to handle, and actually the short one is ideal, and Artline are also good for manufacturing scales. I would also recommend you these. And then I'm also going to unbox a mathematical instrument as well, which is actually Camlin Exam Compass, just for fun. Let's see how it is. It comes with the box, and then they give a tip protector, and then this one, it's actually pretty cool to insert your pencil. Just open, it's like a screw, and then close it. Let's see how it actually feels with the pencil. Let's try to put this Tom's Neon. Oh, it's actually pretty smooth and pretty easy to use this. And that's it. This is a compass. And for all class 10th and class 12 students, they recommend you to use a transparent pouch, and I have seen one. It says Foster P53, and it's like a Ziploc case where I think you can fit a lot of your pens, like some of them which I'm like filling now, and then your pencils. Actually, it has pretty much good space, your sharpeners as well as your eraser. So I would recommend you to carry a transparent pouch for your board exams. And if you like some and also if you like some design pouches, I would recommend you this. This is actually transparent pencil case which looks very beautiful, and you can store many pens and all your stationery in this. So that is it for today's stationery review, guys. So this is my experience trying to be a stationery review YouTuber, guys. How do you feel? I hope you liked it. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow for more content.